them on a couple of cases that we think that they should investigate or prosecute. So, you know, we're using the apparatuses that are available to us. This is one we would consider as well.
Is there something you still want they aren't giving you? We hear that oftentimes in these cases.
Well, we don't
they're
know all that
refusing
we
to give
haven't
you stuff.
We don't know all that we haven't gotten because we're just in the early forms of the discovery. You know, we'll have to review that, but DeWitt, you may have a better view on it.
Yeah, there's still quite a lot of quite a lot of things that we do need to get. I would suspect that there are some photos of the scene showing where the bullet casings landed. Those haven't been produced to us just yet. I'm sure they will come about as a result of regular and common discovery in the action, as well as photos of Valerie Ely, of which we haven't been given at this time.
I will say this, and this has been a very strong piece of evidence for us in the past, is the casings, the bullet casings. Where did they land? And where did they land? Because they'll give you some indication as to where the officer was. Scott, you know this? You know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're gonna have to look at that because there were 22 shots.
Yeah.
If in fact they were standing here, right next to each other, the bullets eject back and to the right.
Back and to the right.
So you would think that the bullets would be all along the hedge line, but if the officers were in different positions, you would have different groupings of shell casings in different areas. Now, shell casings by themselves does not necessarily determine the position of an officer because they bounce and they roll and you can be kicked and all that stuff. Right. But the shell casings in groupings can give an indication of where the officer is, along with muzzle to target, bullet trajectory, combined is the strong part of that evidence.
The investigation should very well have one, and you may have all seen this on TV, but it's really true. You put down yellow little pins as to where the bullet casings are, and you take photographs of them so that lawyers and everyone else can examine where that is. Scott is correct. Bullet casings, where they land, give you some indication. You know, given that this is hard cement, bricks, you would have some groupies, I would think, but they do bounce. But that's a piece of evidence that is important for us to have, at least give our our ballistic person an opportunity to review it and see if any kind of conclusive evidence, conclusions can be made from it. But that's part of the work.
Were there any other cameras on this property working that night?
I don't know the answer.
I don't believe so.
You haven't seen anything?
I don't think there was.
I was just asking if there are any other cameras on this property working that night that is a piece of video evidence that you are seeking.
There are not. There are not. This is a home where this family would have never suspected not only that this would happen, but this tragedy would come as a result at the hands of law enforcement. So no, there are not.
Okay.
You know, I'll add one last couple of bits of things you asked about what evidence we hope to get. There's definitely audio from Gudadarios. I believe that's his, how you pronounce his name. We want the audio from him before the shooting, which we don't have, okay? As well as the family would like their personal belongings and effects back, you know? These weren't just, you know, somebody, a name and a number. These are their loved ones, right? And those things are very dear to them. So we're hoping that we will be able to work directly with the district attorney's office and or the city attorney's office to get the justice that this family so deserves. Okay?
Okay, thank you.